Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Mr. Fix-It coming at you. And guess what? Presently, somebody has requested a certain video. And as I said on many of my videos, that I would be happy to go over any situation you might come upon in this whole house fix-it-up-it. So this was a request for a drain pipe, or I call it a tailpipe, because that's where all the waste goes, just like a car or anything else. All the waste goes in the tailpipe and it gets rid of it. So instead of going under the sink, I just made up a mock version out here. Okay, so this is basically what's under your sink. Okay, and I can see how, somebody would be confused with taking this off, because it is like a 3-step process. So I took the thing off so I can visually show you out here, instead of being under the sink with a flashlight and trying to hold the camera, or even if somebody else is there, it's hard to get it. So I'm going to go over it right here, and now you can visualize the sink over top of me. In other words, the sink bowl would come right in here. Okay, so this is your collar right here that's going to, tighten up against the sink bowl. This is your P-trap right here. Okay, so the easiest way to accomplish this. So now remember, this is like an old one and we're taking it out. Okay, so most of the time this stopper here is not in there, so you don't have to worry about it. But I'm going to go through like it is there. And believe it or not, a lot of you may want to clean out this area here, right here, okay, and take your stopper out, because the reason why this pin fails is because it gets all kinds of hair and all on it, and then it keeps moisture on that post and it rots it out. All right, so get back to my purpose here. This is coming up. This is what pulls the stopper up and down. Can you see that? Okay, so this is coming up into your faucet right here. Okay, and your stopper, this pulls your stopper up and down. The first thing you want to do is what I do, is you want to get your P-trap off. So you're gonna undo this right here. Okay, and generally doesn't fall right out. And then this side is hooked to the other side of the trap, which comes out of the wall. Okay, so you're going to loosen that up. But folks, before you start all this, make sure you have a towel, or put a flat bowl or flat pan underneath inside the vanity, so you don't get your nice vanity all wet, because there is going to be water coming out of this. Now usually what I do, I put a towel under, and that catches all the water that's like kind of overflowing. But then this is going to be full of water. So I usually take this over and I dump it in the toilet. Okay, because it usually has a bunch of crap in it too, a bunch of dirt and hair and everything. So dump that into the toilet, then you're done with that. So then over here, you're going to take your stopper and get it in the top position right here. Get your stopper in the top position. Okay, you're going to undo this that works the stopper. Okay, it's got a ball on it and it swivels inside there. And then you're going to take this out. So you're down to this part. Now your collar here is going to be pressed up. This collar right here, okay, is going to be tight up against the bottom of your bowl. So you're going to unloosen this all the way. Okay, underneath, take a pipe wrench or whatever you got to do. Unloosen this collar part all the way down as far as you can. Okay, then you're going to push up on it. Okay, so this rubber boot right here comes down and gives you some room. Okay, well then this collar up this hat or this top you're going to have to hold on to it with your fingers, and you're going to turn the bottom part or turn the top part, whichever you wish. This top comes off, okay? So you take that off, and believe me, this one comes off easy. It's brand new, but I've had them, where they're metal or, I don't know what, there's some kind of metal, and they get corroded, and you can't turn this with your fingers. So what I normally do is get a pair of vice grips, a pair of grips, plier grips, and I take them and hold this top part with the pliers, because down here you have this area here that you can grip, and you can turn this and get it off. Now you may have to get another pair of pliers to turn that also, but usually it doesn't come off that easy. This is new. I mean, most of the time I don't have to use a pair of pliers to get this off, but if it is corroded, you're going to have to get yourself a pair of vice pliers and keep a hold of this up top here, because your fingers aren't going to be enough. And just hold it and then turn the bottom, turn it off. Okay, and then at that point the whole thing will come out and you're done. Now with the new one, okay, I might as well go over this while I'm on this subject. When you install the new one, okay, you're going to want to get yourself some plumber's putty like this. It comes like this. You're going to take a portion of it. You're going to roll it out in your hands so it looks like a worm or a snake. And then you're going to put it around your top here. Okay? And I usually push it in so it sticks on here. Okay? And then when you put the new one back in, you're going to make sure that this collar right here is all the way down. When it's all the way down, you're going to stick this through the bottom of the bowl, and you're going to tie it onto here and twist this as far as it'll go, all the way up. Okay? And then you're going to put this is going to be facing the wall. Okay? This stopper part here is going to be facing the wall. It's going to be in the back, and it's going to connect to your pull stop right here. Okay, so you make sure this is facing toward the back, and then you're going to wind up your collar. You're going to wind up your collar. You're going to have to hold the bottom as you turn it, and you're going to tighten this collar up. Remember, the bowl's right here. Okay, so you got this through, you wound this, you're turning your collar so it's nice and tight. Making sure to keep this facing the wall in the back. Okay? So you're going to get this all the way tight against the bowl. Okay, and then there's a little hole here on your stopper. Okay, that has to go in facing the opening here. This opening on here has to be facing this opening. So you're going to slide it in, drop it, stick in your stopper pulley, and this has to be tightened. And I'll show you on this stopper pulley, there's a little washer. A little washer right here that gives you the ability to pull it up and down. If you don't have that in there, it's going to leak and everything. So you want to have this little washer in there, okay, before. And then you're going to make sure your stopper is lined up with that hole. You're going to stick in your stopper pulley, twist this on. Okay, then you're going to have your connection here for your stem, and then your actual pull knob is right here. This is going to go through the fixture up top in the hole that's behind the spout. I'm going to go through here. Okay, and you're going to want to drop it in all the way down, but make sure that your stopper is up. Your stopper's in the up position. Because when you pull this up, you're going to have to tighten up this little bolt here. When you pull this up, the stopper's going to go down. Okay? So this bolt here has to be a little tight. So when you pull that up, stopper comes down. Okay, and as long as you have that washer in there, it's going to run smooth. And you'll be able to, it won't take that much to pull it up and down. Okay, and then this collar, this fitting right here that holds your stopper in, doesn't have to be real tight. You can hand tighten it. I wouldn't recommend using the grips on there, the grip pliers. Just tighten it by hand. And as long as you have that little washer in there, it won't leak. Okay, this isn't meant to be tightened down with a wrench. This is meant to be hand tightened. Okay, and as long as it doesn't leak, you're good. And then you got your brand new stem down there, your tailpipe. And then you're going to take and make sure that your fitting for your P-trap is on there first. Slide the P-trap in here. Okay, and there's a reason why this thing has two ends to connect, because when you get this in there, sometimes you're tight against the wall and everything. So you're going to need to slide this up, connect it here, and then connect on your wall outlet, your wall tailpipe. This is going to connect to here. Okay? So that's basically it. Important to make sure you have your plumber's putty in here, because this does stop, stop all the little cracks and all that may be in between here and your bowl. Also, when you hook it to the bowl, be sure to clean inside that area really good, because you'll have the leftover plumber's putty, and you also sometimes they get really grungy. So you're going to have to clean that up. You can take some SOS pad, or some of those. They have these metal pads without soap in it. You can use one of those, or just use a cleaner pad like this. You could pick these up in any dollar store or anything. Use a cleaning pad like this. Get it nice and clean, okay? Because you also want this plumber's putty to stick to the bowl where you put it, so it doesn't leak, okay? And make sure when you get it up there, your collar's tight, because this rubber boot has to be tight up against the bottom. Okay? And that's about it. I mean, if you have any other questions on it, I've done this stuff hundreds of times, and, it's like second nature to me. But I realize, when I train somebody once in a while and all, some of the simplest things to me can just be so complex to a beginner. So I hope I went over everything efficiently and it was understandable. So, anybody else out there got any questions, or you got some? Don't feel like you're stupid, because believe me, I have had some pretty stupid moments myself, but also I've had people that I work with that I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you doing it like that? But that's the way they were taught, so that's the way they do it. But as long as the job gets done, hey, who cares, right? Hey, this is Mr. Fix-It coming at you with a requested video. I hope this satisfies all your questions you had there. And also, come at me with anything else you may want me to go over. There's not much around the house that I haven't had experience with, so test me out if you want. Mr. Fixie coming at you with a video for the tailpipe on a bathroom sink drain, the tailpipe on the bottom of the sink bowl with the stopper and the pulley. Love that you came. Share my videos, guys. I need 1,000 people, subscribers, to do my lives, and I love to do some lives. I don't know why. It's my next goal for this channel. So like and subscribe, share the video. I'm getting ready to roll out of here. It's going to be 105, so I got to get in the air quick. I'm out.